What is going on, esteemed witnesses of the courtroom? Today I've got a ranked Gold Silver Crystal OU Pokemon online match. This guy is page 116 on the ladder. Then I just start whirlwinding him around. I want to see the rest of his team members, his lead, Cloyster, and then I see an Executor and a Marowak. So I'm kind of wondering how this team is set up. I decided to go for the Reflect straight off the bat because I know it'll help me in any attack that Marowak wants to go for. He decides to Swords Dance up as I show a Vaporeon. Now, unfortunately for my opponent, I'm going to get a Freeze Hacks right off the bat with the Ice Beam. I'll let you guys decide how much it really matters. So, after a Growth, I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump. It does a ton of damage. Now, I do carry the Ice Beam, so maybe I can catch that Executor at some point. I'm kind of depressed by the +1 Growth only doing 39% with Hydro Pump. I do avoid a Body Slam. I'm able to get my T-Tar in here. Now, the reason I bring in T-Tar is because I can Toxic this thing. I can force its rest earlier than it would like it to. And I see he does have Earthquake. So, I decide to go out into Zapdos because I predict a switch. And he goes back out to Cloyster. So, I double back to Fortress. It's actually quite big because I actually thought he would go back out into Executor and I could test the water for Hidden Power Fire. But Surf doesn't do a whole lot after Giga Drain and Leftovers, so Giga Drain Fortress is a thing, maybe even with Pursuit to take down Cloyster. So he shows a Muck, and I go into Snorlax because I know he's going to go for the Fire Blast if he has it. And true, I have Rhydon and Vaporeon respectively, but somehow I just don't like the matchup with Rhydon and Muck, and I definitely should have gone into it earlier. So he evades a Lovely Kiss, gets his Lax back out, and I get my Rhydon out to check in case he is Curse-Lax variant, of course. So my Earthquake only does 37%. He scores a critical Earthquake, bringing me down to 27% after Leftovers recovery, and he's just going to bring on this Executor. I get a free Earthquake shot off on it. Really didn't matter too awful much as I go out into Zapdos, kind of scouting this Executor set. I see the Psychic, so I know I can go into T-Tar right here. If he goes forward again, and he just makes the safe Sleep Powder play. So now I'm going to test the waters and also work on Waking Up, and I see Psychic twice. So I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't have the Giga Drain. But on this next turn, he's going to reveal it right here, and I know now that he definitely has the matchup. So seeing that he has Sleep Powder, Giga Drain, and Psychic, I'm actually assuming and pretty sure he doesn't have Hidden Power Fire. Pretty much confirmed as he switches out there and goes back into his Muck. Now my Snorlax is going to take the Spikes damage, and this Muck has the Dynamic Punch. I mean, seriously, that's really bad. I'm actually really scared of this thing. Muck is one of those lying in wait borderline Pokemon that do really fantastic in the OU metagame. So I get a couple growths off. I do get poisoned. I was able to rest and get all my HP back. I catch him with a +1 Ice Beam on this Executor. I know he knew that I had it. So I'm wondering if he wanted to just sack it. Maybe he figured it wasn't going to be that useful. Now I go back to not knowing my speed tiers, letting Vaporeon die to Cloyster here. I don't know if that was a really good decision or not. So I'm going to bring out Zapdos. He's probably going to bring out either Marowak or Snorlax. I decide either one I need to get Reflect Up because it'll help me against that Marowak. As you guys have seen, my Zapdos only takes 31% under Reflect from Rock Slide. Luckily, his Snorlax was worn down enough I could take it out of the way, because it probably was indeed a Curse-Lax. And I'm just going to start T-Bolting this Muck. I T-Bolt twice in case the Muck wants to stay in and try some shenanigans or explode or what have you. And then I go for the Hidden Power. And that's just fantastic that Rock Slide just isn't doing a lot. Now, I know he's probably going to go back into Cloyster, but I couldn't risk him staying on the Marowak, so I go for the Hidden Power once again. T-Bolt going to bring the Cloyster down, and in comes this massive, massive threat. Now, the reason he's such a massive threat, and I'll get into it later in the match, there's a very big key play that happened right here. So, there's a Fire Blast, trading Thunderbolts and Fire Blast Hidden Powers in case he wants to get the Marowak back in on a free turn. And, of course, now he burns my Zapdos. I go back out on my Snorlax. I fodder it off to the Spikes just to see what he wanted to do. He takes this opportunity to go back into Marowak, and I go back into Zapdos. Now, luckily, I know Hidden Power is not going to miss, but I get a minimum damage roll Hidden Power that does not kill him, brings him down to 4 HP, and I have to come in with Fortress, take Spikes and Earthquake. Since the Reflect is gone, I'm actually going to take 44%. Just go for the Giga Drain for uselessness, and out comes this Mug. Now, The problem with this Muck is you guys have seen its moveset. If you look at the remaining Pokemon on my team, nothing really handles the moveset. Now, T-Tar is faster, but T-Tar would rather take a nap than actually do something useful in this battle, so he's just going to die in vain. I go out to Rhydon 27%. It is not in the range to take a Dynamic Punch. And, of course, he does have the Fire Blast. So, that's going to be the end of the game. I hope you guys have enjoyed. There's a very big key play. Feel free to leave in the comments below what you think the key play was. And I will leave it in the bottom of the description to check if you guys are on the same track as I am. I hope you guys have enjoyed this Gold, Silver, Crystal ranked OU ladder game, with this man being on page 1, ranked 16 as of last night. I'm still on page 6. I haven't laddered in forever. So please give the support some love and AEROBLAST that like button. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace out. Objection! Find the computer room, and peace. And thanks for the love for the advanced OU stuff. I'll keep doing that. So, peace.